Hello, you guys. How are you all? Thank you guys for being here. Sorry I was a minute late. Bentley had a meltdown over his plant that he brought home from school last year and it not doing well. So we had a whole thing. He's tired. He needs a nap. But I'm here now. Thank you for being here. Hey, Nadie. Hey, Stacy. Hey, Mama's baby. Oh, hey, Lucia. Crazy Mama. Lexi Texie. Hey, April. Hey, Stephanie. MK. Libra Moon. Hey, Glowbug. Cool Gamer. Jan. Hoping for answers. Hey, Marcus. Good evening. Hello, Crumb Curious. Hey, Jan. Hey, Music City Mom. Tony. Rexy. Salmonella. Hey, Chris. Ava. So many awesome people in here. Thank you for being here. I'm sorry I kept you guys waiting. Hey, Punksy. Salty C. Libra Moon, anybody I missed? Hey, Wolfie. Hey, Ray Jones. Neat Noodle, you're on time. Yes. Actually, speaking of prizes, I did a giveaway for the members like weeks ago. I chose one winner. She didn't email. Then when I told you guys, like, go over there and make sure you entered, I chose another one. She also hasn't emailed me. So make sure if you entered that giveaway for like some stationery to go see if you won, because it's about time to do another giveaway, and that stuff is still sitting on my desk next door at my house. I know, all these beautiful humans. Hey, Shay. Hey, TF, West Virginia Jules, Web Weaver. So there were a few things. Hey, Cray Cray, I wanted to talk to you guys about today. Hey, Candace. Hey, Margaret from Scotland. Yeah, awesome. You guys are awesome. Thank you for being here. There are a couple different cases I want to talk about today. Sort of like how we do the true crime news format. However, we're going to skip around and not just and look at some different websites with that. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Hey, Luana. So, hey, Connie. Good afternoon, Alex, chat, and all the amazing mods. I hope everyone is having a blessed day. Today is the day I left California to move back to Florida. I should be there Friday going home. That's awesome, Connie. I'm glad you get to go home, and Florida is seems like a nice place to live. So, okay. Neat Noodle has always been Meat Noodle because I didn't read your name. Hey, Sherry. All right. I'm going to turn this off because it does actually mess with the quality of what we're looking at. And, okay, so we're going to start. I want to talk to you guys about this young lady that was found on a hiking trail recently and show you a couple things with her. Her name is Rachel Morin. But before we go to that, I wanted to show you Law and Crime shared this case. This woman actually was in court today and pled guilty. And I thought that we could check out this case first. So Katrina Rose Mendoza, have any of you guys heard of this? Did you see it? Dear God, it will, like I said during the last true crime news, some of these cases, they induce rage. Y'all get me fired up. I can't believe I went completely off yesterday over Adam Montgomery, and yeah, so it may be a similar situation. I apologize in advance. So, mom admits to, quote, extreme abuse and torture, unquote, that killed 5-year-old who was allegedly forced to eat dog feces and had urine-soaked sock stuffed in her mouth. Look at this beautiful baby. Oh, dear God, I'm already pissed. Oh, yes, crazy mama. You're going to want to bring him to the farm for sure. Yes, you are, Chica. Hey, hippie chick. Hey, Leo. Hey, you guys. Hey, Corey. Okay. Let me take the comment off the screen, actually, so you guys can see it a little better. Okay. A 23-year-old mother from Texas will likely spend several decades behind bars after admitting to killing her 5-year-old daughter, subjecting the child to what authorities called, quote, extreme abuse and torture before her death. That's why it's quoted in the title of the article, because that is what authorities said. Katrina Rose Mendoza on Monday, so yesterday, pled guilty to one count, I thought it was today, but it was yesterday, to one count of injury to a child causing serious bodily injury by omission, a first-degree felony for her role in the brutal 2022 death of young Mercedes Lozoya. Based on the charge, Mendoza would have been facing a maximum possible sentence of life in prison. But she and her defense attorney reached a deal with the DA's office in which prosecutors kept her sentence at 45 years in exchange for her admission of guilt. So she will be only 68 years old. I mean, she still has a chance to live a decent life, which pisses me off. But yeah. So Mendoza and her then boyfriend, 27-year-old Jose Angel Ruiz, were both arrested in February of 2022 following Mercedes' death. Ruiz has pleaded not guilty to one count of injury to a child causing serious bodily injury, and he goes to trial in October. So Stephanie Boyd, the judge, announced Monday that she would hold off on formally sentencing her until after the trial. That is very interesting. As previously reported by Law and Crime, Mendoza on February 7th brought an unresponsive Mercedes to Southwest General Hospital in San Antonio for treatment. Doctors attempted to resuscitate Mercedes, but she was pronounced dead shortly after arriving at the hospital, according to a probable cause affidavit. The medical team noted that Mercedes had suffered visible injuries and notified police about the suspicious nature of her wounds. Officers with the San Antonio police responding to the scene produced a disturbing report about the provenance of Mercedes' injuries. Let me just pause here, check on you guys because I can't see the chat while we're going through the thing. Hey, Tiff. Actually, Tiff, today, so I got on Facebook today, and I rarely get on there unless I'm posting a picture or, looking for something specific. So, like one of your posts was right at the top of my Facebook when I opened it, and I clicked and I was looking, and I wanted to tell you, you had like a fundraising thing for your boy for football. And will you send me the info on that? Because yeah, I want to know about that. So if you don't mind, send that to me. But okay. I don't know, Jimmy. I don't know. These people, I know it makes you angry, but it's crazy that it happens so much and we hear about it so little, which is part of the reason I really love these lives. Because one, we just kind of hang out with each other and talk, and it's more laid back. They're all kind of laid back though. But two, we hear about cases that we really wouldn't have heard about before. So per the affidavit, Mercedes had visible patches of hair missing that appeared to have been torn straight from her head. She also sustained extensive bruises, scratches, cuts, and swelling on every visible portion of her body. Every visible portion of her body. I'm sorry, I don't give a shit that she pled guilty. This bitch don't deserve 45 years. That just, she had cuts and swelling on both of her hands that appeared to be defensive wounds. Her legs and feet were also battered, and she was missing several toenails. The victim's legs were covered with bruises, some of which appeared to be patterned, which is what is commonly seen when belts or other objects are used to inflict injury. Wow. The Bexar County Medical Examiner's Office performed an autopsy and told police that it was obvious the victim suffered extreme abuse and torture. That is a quote from the affidavit. Mercedes' injuries were so numerous that the medical examiner said there was no clear or obvious injury that caused her death. There were so many injuries. Every visible part of her body was swollen, bruised, battered, cut. And they can't even tell what caused her death. And then this is what makes me so angry, because like I made a post earlier on Real Talk with Alex, like about the Summer Wells case. There you have channels that cover that case on a daily basis. There is no news. I want Summer to be found. She deserves coverage. She deserves accurate coverage that is not filled with drama and bullshit. However, there's nothing new. So you could be talking about so many other kids' cases that could actually make a difference and make people want to support some sort of change. Or you can just keep talking about Summer because it brings the numbers. And it makes sure that you have an audience there every damn night to spill your bullshit. It is horrific, Lexi Texie. It really is. Hey, first last. Offensive lineman, North McKinney High School. Thanks, love. Oh yes, Tiff. Please send it to me because I wanna like be part of that. Okay. Absolutely horrible. Agree, Alex. I stopped watching until it's real news. Ugh. Come on, TBI. I'm ready for a damn statement. It's been forever that we've gotten nothing. Let's hear something from the people who actually know what's going on. Anyways, let me continue. So, in an interview with investigators, Mercedes' mom allegedly accused Ruiz of subjecting Mercedes to horrific abuse in the 3 weeks since she, Mercedes, and her 6-year-old daughter moved into his home. In a particularly disturbing admission, she told police that she witnessed him shovel dog feces into the victim's mouth as he yelled at the child, and did the same thing with a sock soaked in urine. She further claimed that Ruiz aggressively pulled the sock from Mercedes' mouth with such force that he ripped out 2 of her teeth. Dear God, that makes me angry. His trial is this year, in October, it said. I'll be watching and waiting for that. Because he deserves to pay for this shit. This is disgusting. I cannot. Ugh. Mendoza continued providing investigators with shocking allegations of physical abuse and corporal punishment, included how Ruiz punched the child with closed fists while wearing multiple rings. She also claimed Ruiz forced Mercedes to stand in place while holding heavy objects during a video call in the 3 weeks before her death. She said Mercedes was crying while she held the objects. Ruiz told police when it came to Mercedes, he merely, quote, slapped her on the ass, unquote, and made her stand in the corner. He allegedly blamed all the injuries on mom, except for the missing portions of hair, which he claimed were pulled out by her sister. This is a horrific, extensive abuse that, I just cannot get over it. Firing squad for them both. I agree. It is unbelievable. Yeah, she allowed this. I'm sorry. When you are a mother, anything you allow to happen in the home that you have your kids in, you're to blame for too. Whether it is, and that's just the way I feel, to an extent. Not saying you're to blame the same as the person who did it, but whether it's drugs, some sort of abuse, or anything, you allow it to happen, you don't get your kids the hell out of there, then it's on you. Because I don't know a good mother that would not be like, oh, hell no, and get their kids out of a bad situation. I'd make them drink every inmate's piss and then rip his damn teeth out with the sock. Look like they could be recent pictures of summer. There is, April. There absolutely is a special place in hell for people like this. It's unbelievable. Hey, Lisa. Okay, let's continue because we got a few stories we want to look at and talk about today. Police wrote that Ruiz appeared to be deflecting responsibility for his actions onto mom and the sister. Following the arrest of mom and Ruiz, her 6-year-old sister was removed from the home and placed in custody. Can you imagine what that little girl has, like the secrets that she has? I'm going to click on this because I want to see what it's about. And when we're doing these like true crime news, that's the whole point. Let's look at new things that aren't being all over the place. Ooh, man accused in the Winter. You remember Winter Smith when she was missing? He pled not guilty. I'm assuming today, but I don't know that. It's just at the top, like it's current. Man accused of dismembering missing mother of special needs daughter allegedly bought zip ties and saw blade before reporting her missing. Haven't heard of this one either, actually. So they're in Oregon City. The man who reported a woman missing last month now stands accused of killing her, dismembering her, and discarding parts of her body in different municipal garbage dumps, according to police and news reports. Police in Oregon City, Oregon, on Monday arrested Jamin Fritsch on charges of second-degree murder, manslaughter, and abuse of a corpse in the death of 49-year-old Kara Taylor. Prosecutors had his arraignment on Monday, and they said he admitted to dismembering her and disposed of her body parts in an effort to conceal her death. Detectives are diligently working to locate and recover her remains, they said in a press release on Monday. Investigation revealed after she was reported missing, but before he reported it to police, he made multiple trips to Home Depot to purchase zip ties, tarps, a saw blade, black tote, and contractor bags, among other things. Prosecutors also said during the court hearing, FBI agents found blood in Fritsch's bathroom, bathtub, walls, bedroom, and on a saw. She was described as a phenomenal mom, and she leaves behind a 22-year-old special needs daughter. My God. Her family said she was a very loving and caring person who would do anything for anyone if she knew it would make a day in their life better. She was trusting and had faith in others and believed there was good in everyone. According to police, she left a home on Jefferson Street around 11 p.m. on July 25th. She was from Washington State and staying with friends in Oregon City, which is about 13 miles south of Portland. Wow. On July 27th, Fritsch reported her missing. He said they lived in the Jefferson Street home but did not further detail their relationship. Her disappearance was considered suspicious, and police opened a criminal investigation. They executed a search warrant on the home and developed evidence leading them to believe that she died by homicidal violence. An arrest warrant was issued for Mr. Fritsch. The SWAT team helped get him out of the house Monday morning, and he's in Clackamas County Jail being held without bond. We've been talking quite a lot about Clackamas County and Portland over here. So in their statement, her family thanked police for their hard work. Now her special needs 22-year-old daughter is who's going to take care of her? That is horrible. Let's see. Hey, Casey Face. So this is a series over here where we just kind of go through several different stories. Pretty much just stories that are not being talked about enough. Now, occasionally, if there is like a big story that there's just a little, like a big case that we talk about here, but there's just a little bit of information, we might talk about it for a second. But, yeah. Okay, so let me go ahead and grab, have you guys heard of, let me pull up these two articles. They're both from Fox News and they're somewhat similar, but I want to show you this story about Rachel Morin. Beautiful young lady. I've seen a little bit of coverage on her, but very little. Hey, Amber, good to see you. So Maryland sheriff says woman found dead on hiking trail was murdered. This is foul play. Rachel was a mother of 5 who lived in Bel Air, Maryland. And here she is with her boyfriend. The Maryland sheriff overseeing the investigation of Rachel Morin's death. She was found dead Sunday on a popular hiking trail. The sheriff told Fox News Digital she was murdered and urged the public to come forward with tips. This is not an accidental death or an incident where she took her own life. This is foul play on the part of another. They seem to be very sure of that, so that piques my interest a little bit. It just piques my interest. So she's 37 years old. She left her home at 6:30 p.m. Saturday to take a walk on this trail about 30 miles north of Baltimore. She was a very active person, and this was normal. It wasn't unusual for her to be out. Here's a couple pictures of her. She has 5 children, you guys. 5. When the mother of 5 didn't return, her boyfriend, Richard Tobin, called police about 11:30 p.m. to report her missing. The next day, a person found her body on the side of the trail a little after 1 p.m. Galler wouldn't disclose the exact location of where she was recovered, but said it was in the dense woods that are on either side of the path. Investigators don't yet know if it was targeted or random. She walked the trail regularly as an exercise routine. It could be someone who knows her routine, or it could be a random person. They did do a press conference on it. They said the article says the slaying has shaken locals in the sleepy town, which is about 10,000 people. We are a county that enjoys very low crime. Our community is rightly very concerned. Police found her car at the trailhead entrance, and it was taken to the Criminal Investigations Division for processing. We have no video footage of that parking lot from the night she went missing. Look how beautiful she is. She's built. 5 kids. Beautiful. This is sad. Of 5, yes, cray. Ages of the kids. Daniel, I don't know. I've got a few different articles and like a screenshot I took from some things that her mom and sister had said. So we'll get to that, and maybe that will give us some more info. Punksy, thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. It's very sweet. Hey, Mel Mac. Thank you for dropping the channels, Crazy Mom, or Nate. And anybody that comes in, that's in the Nightbot, you can drop their links too. Oh, Rexy, that's awesome. I don't know what to do about that recent giveaway. Hopefully you guys who have entered can go back and check if maybe you won, and then let me know, just because you mentioned the gift and a membership. The sheriff asked that the public refrain from speculating online and encouraged anyone with information to reach out directly to police. That's interesting because we are seeing a huge uptick in these cases being ruined because of online speculation. It just is. That's the truth. And I like to do it too. I'm guilty, but I have to check myself. I don't know. We remind our community, if you think you saw something, it might pertain to this case, we want to talk to you. Thank you, Nay. I'll screenshot my commands so that you guys have them. I think Crazy Mama is KM. The rest are pretty easy. Curious for Crime Curious, Bendy for Jen. Authorities are awaiting the autopsy results, and her new boyfriend broke his silence Sunday in a Facebook post after online sleuths speculated he might have played a role in her death. Imagine that. I'm so surprised that online sleuths are already blaming the people in her life. He may have, but he may not have. But the next article that I have, which is similar to this, I think this covers pretty much everything in it, but I'm going to go over to it. He spoke out. He says, I love Rachel. I would never do anything to her. Let the family and I grieve. Yes, I have a past, but I also have 15 months clean and have changed as a person. He has prior arrests for malicious destruction of property, assault, violating restraining orders, and other charges, according to Maryland court records. I'm going to click this. He has not been named as a suspect in her death or accused of any wrongdoing. So here's the article Fox did when he first came out. Boyfriend of Maryland woman found dead on the hiking trail says he didn't do anything to hurt her. Let me see if there's any little parts in here. He has a lengthy criminal record. She was last seen at home wearing a dark tank top, black spandex shorts, and gray sneakers before heading out around 6 p.m. And here's another picture. That's a pretty picture of her. They look like they're both kind of at the gym, which is interesting. His car was located, her car, I'm sorry. I was about to say what? At this trailhead entrance. We know that. Now, at the press conference, the sheriff said, I'm not going to go into what physically they observed at the scene, but investigators believe, sadly, that it's a homicide case. I want to know why. That is very interesting to me because it it must have been very, very obvious, but I would like to know what exactly they saw. I understand that we can't know though at this time, but she did not have life insurance, and any additional funds that are raised will go to her children. So her mom, the GoFundMe, which is what the screenshots I have are of anyways, we're going to go check that out as well. The sister revealed that the family had suffered another blow a week earlier when their niece, Lily Beth, died from SIDS. So this family just lost a baby to SIDS, and now another one of their loved ones is found murdered on a hiking trail. Her sister said, "Rachel, I love and miss you so much. Save a place for me." Oh, God. Whew, that breaks my heart. It's awful. Dad lives in a sober house just down the street from the park, or boyfriend lives in a sober house just down the street from the park. Huh. Do you think he was crazy jealous? I don't know. I don't know. Let's look at some more. Let me see what this is, because I believe they've pulled up his record. No, I thought I would like to see the details of his charges, and maybe we can get more into that. So here is the GoFundMe, and actually I'm going to link it right now in the chat. Look how beautiful she is. 5 children, no life insurance. Hey, Mallory. Good to see you. Mal is explanation Mal, and then crime time with Mal is crime time. Just to the mods. There's the GoFundMe in the chat. Sounds like addiction. She just put in a relationship August 1st. Does boyfriend have an alibi? Well, we'll do a quick search and see what the most recent things are in a second. Let's look through this GoFundMe, because the family has posted a couple updates as well. They said, "It is with devastating sadness and a broken heart that our family has been hit with yet another heartbreak. My sister, Rachel Morin, went missing on Saturday, August 5th. In less than 24 hours, her body was found by local law enforcement. I've made a GoFundMe to help my mother with funeral costs. There was no life insurance in place. This was not an accidental death, and she did not go willingly. She deserves a funeral worthy of her beauty. If there are any remaining funds, they will go towards things her 5 children may need. Please share, donate, comment, and keep this going. Once we have made the arrangements, I will update with service dates and times. If you wish to donate directly, please message me on Facebook." So here's the updates. There's a few. Let me see. So, she says, "First, my mother and I would like to thank everyone who has donated, shared, prayed, and given us such kind words of support. At this time, we've not received an update on the investigation, and I am asking again to please, anyone who has any information, no matter how big or small, please call the sheriff's office at phone number redacted, so they will have all the information to get justice for my sister, her children, her mother, and all her siblings. Thank you." Then she says, "Rachel Morin, I love you and miss you so much. I know you are up there with our boys who have gone up before us. In a way, I'm jealous that you get to see them again first, and angry that you left me here without you. Save a place for me." Let's see what this is. Will it let me click it? Oh, it's a song, "Save a Place for Me." Oh, how sad. Okay, wait. Okay, now the most recent update says, "I raised the goal as we would like to do a large celebration of life for Rachel. We had no idea the amount of people she touched, even in just her everyday life. We want all those who loved her to grieve with us and celebrate her life. We would also like to raise enough to get a headstone that is fitting for her, and we did not take into account the fees. We appreciate all those who have shared, donated, and thoughtful words." So we're going to go over to Twitter, which is now X, which is just dumb. I couldn't even find it on my phone. Do any of you guys Twitter? Because if you do, now the emoji's changed. It's not a little blue bird. It's this big black X. Humanimal. The boyfriend would have to be particularly heinous to take a mom away from 5 kids. If she went regularly, could be someone who watched her every day. I agree, Humanimal. But you know what? After all the shit we see on here, hell, the first case we looked at today, mom and boyfriend so abusive to a child they shovel dog shit in her mouth, make her eat a sock covered in urine, yank the sock out of her mouth so hard it pulls her teeth out. We talked about Chad Doerman yesterday, the monster who took his 3 babies, murdered them, laid them out in the front yard in front of their mother. And then yesterday we also talked about Adam Montgomery, who you guys know what he did to Harmony, and how he disposed of her as well was particularly disgusting. So I agree with you, but also I would not be surprised. I cannot believe some of the things that we're seeing happening and how cruel and disgusting people are, how often it happens, and how little we hear about it. Like, that's why I like to do this series, and we're going to go look at some more cases after this, but I want to take a few minutes to look on here about Rachel. Let's see. The medical examiner has confirmed that the body found on Ma and Pa Trail in Maryland belongs to Rachel 53 minutes ago. Wow. Sad, you guys. Thank you, Woofy. Amber's is a Amber. I'll send you guys the commands, but it's just a hashtag or an explanation. Thank you, Woofy, for dropping Humanimal too. I think she might be in the thing as well, but yeah, she was stunning. Satan is working hard, Rexy. That ain't no lie. Oh, hippie chick. I'm so sorry. Thank you, Woofy. She is beautiful, Corey. But let's see what else has come out recently. Oh, look, Mallory. This is the case we went over today. Thank you for everyone who came and listened to her story up to this point. You guys check out Mallory's channel. Aw. Sheriffs say Sunday they have 0 possible suspects after finding Rachel's body. They also warned those following the case to be careful in what they share and speculating. The sheriff posted, if you were on the Ma and Pa Trail on Saturday or near the trail or trailheads and took photos or video, we are asking if you would please share them with investigators. Let me share the pictures that they shared with it, or no, Pixie put with it. What a beautiful woman, you guys. This is sad. 5 children. Why do I get Roy rage with this Richard Tobin guy? When has a boyfriend ever lied in that situation? I want to know more about his record, but I'm not going to blame people. Yet I think that we need to be very careful about doing that. Oh, okay. Here we go. Fox 45 shared, because I wanted to know more about his record, and they didn't give us many details in the last one, but one domestic violence, the restraining order they mentioned was a domestic violence restraining order. Her boyfriend was the one who notified police her car was parked at the entrance to the trail. He's changed his ways. We shall see what happens, but I love Rachel. I would never...
Family, I grieve. Yes, I have a past, but I also have 15 months clean and have changed as a person. Please.
Wow, I can't believe. Look, Inside Edition is even covering the case. I'm glad it's getting some coverage, but it's depressing that a lot of these other ones aren't. I looked at where her car was parked on Google Earth, and it looks fairly open and populated. Fingers crossed for cameras. Interesting. What do you think, Mal? You have any thoughts yet on it? Let's look at the latest on her and see. Maryland detectives plead for video and images. Somebody went out on the trails and showed video footage of what they look like. No solid suspect, possibly a random event, says the sheriff. Days after infant niece's death. My God, that is just so sad. What to know about the missing woman. Let's look at this one and then we're going to move on. I'm going to cover this, as things unfold. But I want to get in some other ones too. I like to look at as many as we can in an hour or two. Rachel Morin, what to know. Oh, this is from People, but we'll go over there. What to know about killing of missing woman found along trail who did not go willingly. That is a quote. This was published today, 2 hours ago, 3 hours ago. A mother of 5 went missing along a popular Maryland hiking trail on Saturday before being found dead the next day, and police are scrambling to find clues that might lead them to her killer. Rachel Morin, a 37-year-old mother and fitness enthusiast, was found dead along the Ma and Pa Heritage Trail after a 2-day search that included police and community volunteers. Her family launched a GoFundMe. This was not an accidental death, and she did not go willingly. Her sister Rebecca wrote on the fundraiser page, "She deserves a funeral worthy of her beauty." On Tuesday, police again asked anyone who visited the trail Saturday and anyone living near the trail with security cameras to review their photos in case they see anything suspicious. The sheriff would not comment on whether there are persons of interest when contacted by People. But meanwhile, on Monday afternoon, Sheriff Jeffrey Galler told WBAL-TV investigators aren't ruling out the idea that her killing could have been a random event. Well, duh. Of course, they're not ruling that out yet, but let's continue. Hey, Maria. Hey, David. If it is a scenic trail, there might be a lot of people filming on their phones who captured people coming and going on the trail. Kind of reminds me of Delphi a little bit, Hey, Will B. Oh my gosh. My one question was, she hidden or out of the open? And if out in the open, why did the police allow a citizen to find her? Well, Mal, in one of the articles we just read, it said the officer said she was in dense forest right beside the trail. So that would make me think that it wasn't necessarily out in the open, but it was very close to being out in the open if it was in like the dense trees. So Will B has reached out to me a few months ago talking about a case that actually happened where I used to live in West Virginia. It's crazy because it happened minutes away from where I live, the jail. So Dustin Bowen, let me make sure I got that right though. But we're going to talk about this one day soon, but I'm still gathering a couple things. But I found out something interesting, Will be. That is what it was. I wanted to tell you. I knew as soon as I saw you in chat, I wanted to tell you. So I had family here this weekend, and I was talking to them about the jail. Now, Southern Regional Jail is, all the jails in West Virginia have really a bad name. But this young man who had mental illness, his death is quite suspicious. He was released from jail, and we'll get into more of the details on that. There's a huge lawsuit against the jail. I've actually spent a couple hours in that jail. Right now, it's so bad out there, and the issues with the guards and stuff are so bad. And I sent you a message about this as soon as I heard that they have the National Guard working the towers and the security and stuff like that instead of corrections officers. But I can't wait to get into that with you guys. I have to gather a couple things. He was found very close to where the Whitakers live, that family that we talked about, the kissing cousins that I think we talked about it over on Truth Teller's channel. But I can't wait to get into that. But yeah, they have the National Guard working the things. Sorry, you guys, for getting sidetracked, but that was important, and we will dig deeper into that. Sharing good vibes, Alex. Keep up the great work. Thank you, Past. I appreciate that so much. Thank you. Jail is like a horror movie. Mark, yeah, a couple hours. Yes. You were a nurse in Huntington. Interesting, Lisa. That's where Bentley was born, actually. But okay, let's continue. So here's what we know. People says here's what we know about Rachel's death and the investigation. Police say they have no suspects. Police have not identified a suspect. At this point in time, there is not a suspect, which, even if there was, they sometimes still say there's not. They said there will be an increased police presence along the trail while investigators continue to track down her killer. Right now, detectives continue to work the case as aggressively as they possibly can, and we will leave no stone unturned. Morin recently went Facebook official with her boyfriend Richard, who police say reported her missing on Saturday night. Tobin called the police around 11 p.m. and told them Morin had never returned from a trail run she left for earlier in the evening. He said she left the house around 6 p.m., who laid out the timeline for reporters at the conference on Sunday. Sheriff Galler. He said investigators soon found Rachel's car abandoned at the trailhead, but could not find Rachel. Her car was there, but she was not. The family was obviously concerned. Her body was found a day later when a volunteer who joined the search party discovered her along the trail. Galler said detectives discovered several indicators, that's a quote, that left, quote, no doubt, unquote, she was murdered. So what are those indicators? I don't know, but it's obviously, quite obvious. It's not the job of the National Guard. I know it's not cray-cray. I think they're just having so much trouble finding decent guards. The drug problem is horrible there. And it's interesting because the place he was found is out in the middle of nowhere, but it's not. I mean, it's literally like 5 minutes from where I grew up with my best friend. The Whitakers live there. It looks, if you look at it on Google Maps, you may think that the road's very curvy, but it's a pretty highly trafficked road. I don't know. We'll get into that. I don't want to confuse anybody with the twisting them together right here, but yeah. Okay. Boyfriend spoke out on social media. Tobin, who marked on Facebook that he and Morin had entered into a relationship only on August 1st. Wait, no. He said this on August 1st. I know they just became like Facebook official. I want to know the date on that. Hold on, let's see. So she was August. On Saturday, August 5th. So yeah, they went Facebook official on August 1st, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's the way it appears. But anyways, he went on social media over the weekend to plead with the community to let the family and I grieve. They just were official for a week. Oh, wow. That's just crazy. He said, I love Rachel. I would never do anything to her. Let the family and I grieve. Yes, I have a past, but I also have 15 months clean and have changed as a person. Please. I want to know, is the past a violent past? Drugs don't, that's irrelevant to me right now in my own mind. Like, I want to know how violent you were. I want to know about this potential domestic violence issue. Police are aggressively searching for clues. Investigators have yet to reveal any breakthroughs in the case, but Sheriff Galler told reporters they are working the case as aggressively as they possibly can. We will leave no stone unturned, he said on Sunday. Meanwhile, the sheriff's office has relied multiple times on the public's help both in finding her body and now in tracking down clues that may lead to her killer. Detectives are asking for your help if you were on the trail. Like I said, please share that with the investigators. Her murder comes a week after her niece passes away from SIDS. So on July 28th, Lily Beth was less than 4 months old when she passed away. And according to an obituary, it said her death left a void that could never be filled for the Morin family. Rachel's sister, Rebecca, recently shared a separate GoFundMe raising money for their brother Nathan, Lily Beth's dad. God almighty. Horrible, you guys. So we'll have to see, what happens with that. But let me look for something quickly. Thank you guys for being here, by the way. Let's see. I really love these lives where we hang out and look at multiple things. It just feels like a hangout session. So thank you for joining. Similar to Eliza Fletcher's husband, I don't feel the boyfriend is involved. Oh, thank you, Crumb Curious. So much loss. I mean, God. My family lost a baby to one of my cousins to SIDS years ago. I was pregnant with Trenton. And my cousin, actually, who was just here this last weekend, her and I were like sisters. We were more like sisters than cousins because we lived next door to each other. And her parents took care of me like after school and stuff because my parents worked. So her and her brother came this last weekend with all their kids. And those are some of the pictures and stuff that I was sharing. But when I was about 6 or 7 months pregnant with Trenton, her little boy passed away from SIDS, and he was 2.5 months old. He was so beautiful. His name was Aiden. That was one of the most horrific times for my family. It was so dark, and just, I'll never forget like being at that funeral, big and pregnant, which was just awkward and hard as well. And I just know that my family, like my uncle and aunt and my grandpa, it just really affected everybody. There is nothing like seeing a little baby that you love and cuddle in a casket in front of you. It's really messed up. So her family is already going through something that's really devastating, that is hard to overcome. These are the things that some people never get over, you know? Whew. Oh, thank you, Corey. I don't like the smell of this case. Good to see you, Richie. Something is not right. I'm sure y'all can feel it as well. The poor families and the children without a mom. I lost my brother to SIDS. He was 3 months old. Oh, I'm sorry, Chica. Always wonder how my life would have been if he lived. It's so sad. Did you try not to react as much? Yes. It's not. No, you can ask me anything. You guys can ask me anything. Truly, I enjoy sharing like my life with you, the bad parts and the good parts. I've been through a damn lot, some pretty dark places. I've been a pretty shitty person at times. That's just the truth. But at this time, yeah, um, it was so hard because I felt so guilty that I was pregnant, and I almost didn't want to go. Like it. Oh, yeah. I hope it's not the boyfriend. Sounds like it could easily be a crime of opportunity, but hopefully the police will solve this quickly. I hope so too. My sorority sister lost her baby and had to deliver a stillbirth. The funeral was something I'll never ever forget. I know, Tess, me either. Whew, it gets me teary eyed even thinking about it because it will rock your soul to see that. Are all her 5 children from the same dad? Did an ex not like her new relationship status? That's a good question, Humanimal. Okay. Let me see. I think we'll move along. Well, let me just look and make sure there's nothing else. I searched Rachel's name. So it says community walk to be held for her. So if you're local, you might want to look for that if you're interested in it. So yeah, I think we're good with that. We're going to move along to the next one. Hold on. To Crime Online. Wow, look. She's at the top. That's interesting. Her case is getting a lot of coverage, you guys. And you know what? I'm glad it is. She deserves it. But I have to note that she's blonde, beautiful, and white. I'm just saying. 4 fathers. Thank you, LG. Oh, Stephanie. I'm sorry. Okay. Wait, I think I missed one. Casey, losing a baby like that is the hardest thing in the world. My daughter died during birth. Oh, Casey, I'm so sorry. Whole family was heartbroken. That's how we were. It was devastating. I am so sorry, Casey. Hey, Spicy Sugar. Good to see you. Shmita, 3 months. Yay, thank you. And I'm so fucking glad that StreamYard has it where, excuse my language, where we can see those now. Thank you, Shmita. Okay. Getting us all emotional and all the things, but it's real life. This is just real life. That's the truth about it. It's not pretty all the time. Sometimes it's really tough. And Wolfie, I do have my phone today, actually. I usually don't, but I've got it today. Okay. So let's continue past Rachel and see what else we can look at. Oh, I did see something interesting. I haven't been covering the Gilgo Beach. There's a lot of people talking about it. It's interesting, but, I don't know. I just hadn't been like super into it. You know how it is. Like certain cases grab you. Well, today I saw an article that said one of the victims was tied up with a belt with the initials of like one of his great-grandfathers or something. More about Rachel Morin. Uvalde elementary gunman's 17-year-old cousin threatened to do the same thing to a local school. Wow, you guys, Uvalde, broke my heart. And then when we got to see how the police acted, and I'm sorry, that was just disgusting. So let's take a look at this. Hey, Guidance, Tiff. They must be looked at. I agree with you. I think that the exes need to be looked at too. Oh, thank you, Tiff. Love and appreciate you guys. That sounds a bit dumb. Let's hear it though. Okay. Whew. Trying to turn my camera back on. Okay. Hopefully we'll do okay. We're not playing videos. A teen cousin of the man who killed 19 children last year at a Texas elementary school was arrested for allegedly threatening to shoot up a school. His mother told San Antonio police that her 17-year-old son was planning to, quote, do the same thing, unquote, as rob elementary gunman Salvador Ramos, who died in last year's mass shooting. Cruz made the initial statement to his sister, who contacted their mother, according to WOAI. Where is Parker? She covered Uvalde with such love, and where is she? I haven't seen her for a while, but she did a really great job with Uvalde. Cruz's mother reportedly told cops that she was concerned because her son is on probation and he was intoxicated when he made the threatening comment. She also stated they live near an elementary school, and she overheard Cruz trying to purchase an AR-15 via illegal website. Excuse me, I had to mute to cough. Not you, sorry, the belt with initials. Oh, okay. Yeah, it was dumb. That's crazy. Hey, Jamie, good to see you. Background checks for guns. Well, when it's a legal site that, doesn't care, that's the thing. Criminals don't get their guns legally. So background checks, all the things, they're necessary and need to be there. But even if they tried to take away our guns, the criminals are still going to have guns, period. That's just the truth. They don't get them legally. Okay. Oh, headphones. I appreciate you too. That's sweet. Learning from you is definitely one thing I look forward to. Aw. Very. Probably hits close to home, Jamie. All right, let me go back to it. And I just like to read y'all's comments. I don't like to miss them. Cruz's sister said he lodged the threats on Monday while she gave him a ride. She claimed he also threatened to shoot her in the head. Cruz also mentioned that school was starting soon, according to ABC. Cruz was charged with making a terroristic threat against a public place and making a threat against a family member with a $150,000 bond. That's crazy. We talked a little bit, and Teresa covered it. The Lindsay Shaver in the Bahamas. Let's see. Sheriff must pay legal expenses and accused Brad Killer's jail phone calls lawsuit. Oh, let's check out this one. This looks kind of interesting. Actually, let me turn this off. We're going to go outside. Yeah, ARs is a brand, right? Isn't that a brand? And there's assault weapons from all different brands. My dad has a gun shop. He knows like everything about guns. It's what he does. Well, he was a chemist, but like on the side, he started a gun shop. And that's what he told me, that it's like a brand. Thank you, Wuffy, from all the dolphin hunting. Hey, Rainbow Mom. Shaver is so dumb. Bye, Crumb Curious. Have a good day, and I'll talk to you soon. Okay. I don't know what's going on out here. Yes, Allie. Arma light rifle. Okay. Yeah, my dad, it's called Shooter's Roost. You could just look at the website. But I don't think it's like, if you're not local to West Virginia where the store is, I don't know how you order them. I think they ship them to like a place near you. I'm not actually sure, but you can go check out the website. I love my guns too. Pew pew. What, Woofy? Okay, so let's check out this one. Missing witness found dead in barrel similar to those filmed at dog collar kidnapper's home. Last week, Missouri authorities confirmed that human remains discovered in a barrel in June belong to a woman that is a potential witness in an ongoing kidnapping investigation. So Police Chief Gregory Duell told KMBC that Janie Crossdale was the deceased woman found along the Missouri River in Saline County on June 24th. The barrel she was found in reportedly matched those the news station filmed outside Timothy Hazlitt Jr.'s home in October 2022. The same month, a woman allegedly escaped from his house and claimed she was beaten, bound, and raped. The kidnapping victim, who was forced to wear a dog collar, told police that she escaped while he took his child to school. The woman said at the time there were other victims, but police never found them. Police previously said they were looking for Crossdale as they believed she was in his home before his arrest. Wow. However, Duell says he does not believe the two women knew each other or saw each other last year. They were seeking her to investigate a separate rape and kidnapping. Wow. We didn't have anything that we could say she was a victim, but we knew they had contact, the police told the news. And the barrels look very similar to the ones that were out in front of his house. The remains were confirmed as Crossdale's on July 30th. The same day, prosecutors filed a motion to increase his bond. Wonder when she went missing and when he was arrested. But when you start having witnesses disappear like that, I mean, it doesn't look good. Have you guys been following the Lindsay Shaver stuff? Let's see what else is on here. Well, we might go back to that because I do find that interesting. But gorgeous Texas bartender vanishes, arrest made. Wait, is that Madalena? She looks like Madeline Pantoja. Teen mom blames Oh, yeah, Alexee. Oh, dear God. I cannot believe this. Let's look at this because we've talked about her case mainly on True Crime News. This is the young lady who put her baby in the trash. And Woofy, this one because she's followed it closely on TikTok. She is suing the hospital, you guys. Okay, Foxfire. Thank you for being here. Oh, Lord. Here we go. Let me get a drink of my Dr. Pepper. 12 to 14-year-olds have guns here in Chicago. They are definitely not getting them legally. Strict gun laws aren't helping Illinois at all. Exactly. Strict gun laws just keep us from being able to protect ourselves. Seriously. Because people don't buy them legally. I don't know. It's frustrating. There's a car running over there. Y'all can probably hear it. I'm out of Mellow Yellow Woofy, and my cousin left Dr. Pepper in my mom's fridge. She makes me sick, including her mother. I agree. Well, let's see what the article says. I know, hot pink jalapenos. That's what I said. Like, how do you blame them? But let's see. They are delusional. Allie, her and her controlling mama suing the damn hospital. Lord have mercy. Gun-free zones have the most gun crimes. Fact. I believe that, MK. All right. She did not kill her baby. That's a quote. Teen blames nurses for killing her newborn. Just like she didn't know she was pregnant, yet she looks like a full-on pregnant woman. I'm sorry. That's bullshit. Everybody damn know. If I walk, tell me, you women on here, any of you, at any age that you are right now, and even when you were good, Rainbow Mom, thank you, even when you were in high school, you tell me that if your stomach looked the way hers looked in that little cheerleading video and some of the other pictures and stuff, and you usually didn't, that people wouldn't notice. People wouldn't be asking. We watched her walk into the bathroom on her own. Too bad they cleaned that bathroom before they found the baby. Because I cannot imagine the amount of evidence that was there. My mother would say something. Mine too. Absolutely. And she was a cheerleader. So, it depends on where you're at. I noticed here at Trenton School, the cheerleaders are not very advanced. They're like the level that basically in West Virginia we were doing in midget league football. But our cheerleaders were highly athletic. I'm talking about doing full extensions, pyramids above the head, one-person pyramids, full extension liberties. I've held those on my own. That's one person holding a person on one leg all the way above their head with their arms fully extended, or tumbling, full twist layouts and stuff like that. That is hard to do, and I don't see how you can. I don't know. I don't see it. It makes no damn sense. Yes. And yes, it was very obvious. 35 miles from where you lived. Hey, Eddie. Good to see you. I am so sorry I missed your super chat the other day. That broke my heart. I never want to miss that. And yeah, just please know that I'm sorry. I don't have an excuse. It was just busy. That's an age where you are most body cautious. Yes. Yes. All right, let's read the article and we'll look. The lawyer for a New Jersey teen accused of killing her newborn claims that medical staff at the Artesia General Hospital caused the baby's death. The baby oh my God almighty, now I'm getting pissed. Let me take a second because they caused the baby's death that was in the damn trash. As Crime Online previously reported, prosecutors in Eddy County charged Alexee Trevizo with first-degree murder in connection with the death of her infant son. This little girl very likely might spend the rest of her life in jail. And they're playing these kind of games. I'm sorry, this is ridiculous. Disgusting. She went to the hospital in January with severe back pain. She is said to have denied being pregnant and then allegedly locked herself in a bathroom. A housekeeper cleaning the bathroom found a large pool of blood in a trash can that was heavier than usual. The housekeeper called in nurses who found the dead body of a newborn boy inside a bag underneath other items. But the hospital caused it? You just happen to accidentally leave your baby in a bag underneath a bunch of trash in the trash can? The baby that you weren't pregnant with? What in the hell is this? Like, are they just doing this for shock value or something? It makes no sense. They have picked out a name. Yeah, Amy. Me too. Hey, Midwest Meemaw, good to see you. She definitely looked pregnant, and that her mother is acting as if she didn't know. Give me a break. And she killed her baby. Not the hospital, not the nurses, not the doctors. I agree, Midwest Meemaw. Mom of that daughter had Ed and Sand. Yeah. Well, Annie, I don't know. I have my thoughts on it, but man, I don't know. Aw, hey, Smoky Blue Days at cheerleading practice. Oh, Mystic. He is pretty awesome. I got the best parents in the world. I'm serious. Yes, Lucia. Same at my high school. They were full-on athletes. There is no saying they're not. These are things that most people just cannot do. Now, at the school that my boys go to, I wouldn't say they're athletes. They're more of just standing there with pom-poms talking. But, you know, some of them are. Oh, welcome, Eddie. Thank you for joining. My cigarette tiff. I do have my vape in my pocket, though. Oh, extremely body conscious in high school. Absolutely. Her knee was injured, and I think her head sometimes. He ran. What did she do with the placenta? Oh, thank you, Eddie. Thank you. I appreciate that so much. You could tell she was pregnant in her uniform. It was, yes, it was ready to split at the seams. Hey, K-Braze. Foxfire says she did look pregnant. I agree. Okay. Flushed it? Oh, God. So now her lawyer, Gary Mitchell, tells the Daily Mail, let's go look at that actually. Instead of reading this Crime Online article, I think that will get better information. Her lawyer claims the hospital staff killed her baby by giving her morphine while she was unknowingly in labor. Morphine? No. This will be a battle of the experts that makes no logical sense at all. They even give pain medication oftentimes to people in labor, all different kinds. Stay-it-all, morphine. Hell, the one Jen was talking about, was it? What did she get? I don't know, but bullshit. Arr. Okay. Took me off the page. Sorry, you guys. Can't see your comments right now, but I will come back to him. So an attorney acting for Alexee says hospital staff are to blame and not her. January 27th, 19-year-old Alexee Trevizo gives birth in the bathroom after showing up complaining of back pain. After delivering her baby boy alone, she put his body in a trash can for cleaners to find and claiming that he was a stillborn. Prosecutors say she killed him by strangling him. I did not even know that. I didn't see that update. We've covered this on True Crime News, so I could go back and see exactly what we covered, but I didn't know that they gave that cause of death. Hinging their theory on the fact the baby had air in his lungs when he died. Alexee has not spoken publicly since she was charged, but her attorney, Gary Mitchell, told Daily Mail she has been unfairly vilified. There's that video, and we watched some of that. Her teen boyfriend seen in the hospital interview with police. Maybe we'll take a look at that because we didn't watch it over here. There's her mugshot. They are fighting to not only have the charge against her dismissed, but to prove the boy died before she gave birth to him. In legal filings obtained by Daily Mail, Mitchell says hospital staff and city workers violated HIPAA laws by sharing her medical records and discussing the case. He also claims by the time it goes to trial, it will become clear she didn't strangle the infant. Quote, the fact is, she did not kill her baby. The testing that was done to determine that she did is so antiquated that it is medieval. There was no strangulation. This is not a murder case, he said. Mitchell says he will show how Alexee was given a cocktail of drugs that are inappropriate for pregnant women. Oh my God almighty, much less those in labor. This certainly was the primary cause of death of the baby. Guess what does cause major breathing issues in fetuses? Morphine, he said. That is true. Opiates, when people overdose, it's usually because they quit breathing. But I just cannot. This is infuriating. Justifiably vilified. Exactly, Woofy. There she is, cheerleading with the huge baby bump. We're going to look at that in a second, too. Thank you, Daily Mail. Here's the picture of her. Videos taken on January 6th, 3 weeks before she gave birth, show her cheerleading with an enormous baby bump. Her attorney says she thought she had just gained weight from eating McDonald's every day with her boyfriend. You guys, when I was pregnant with my first baby, it was months before you could really tell, like probably 5 or 6 months before you could tell I was pregnant. But by the end, the way you guys that have been pregnant, the way your stomach looks, there is no. It's just complete bullshit. Matter of fact, let me show you guys something real fast. Just a second. Just 1 second, you guys, and I can't see the chat right this second, but I promise I'll be straight back to it. Just want to find this picture. Just show you guys something really quick. I think I'm almost there, but okay, here's one. This is me at only 23 weeks. And look at my tummy. This is my second pregnancy. Oh, only 23 weeks. That's just barely over halfway. And hold on a second, because I just no. Especially she's not like, she's a pretty small girl. But I have another one that is like right with my first baby, like 8 months along. And you can see like my belly button sticking out, like those kinds of things. There's just simply no denying that. And it is really frustrating to hear her story. Bullshit. Okay, I think I'm going to quit looking for it because it's taking me too long. But regardless, you guys know my point. I could honestly pull up any pregnant person and show the same exact thing, that it's not just like your tummy is a little big and you can't tell. This is a different look. Your entire stomach is round. It's like there is no denying it. It's frustrating for anybody who's had a baby to hear this, I know it's frustrating for you guys too, because it's a big crock of bullshit. Oh, here's one of me. This was at like 30 weeks. So you still got 10 weeks after this. I mean, no, you cannot deny that. This is not like a little chub. It's not like you ate too much. I'm sorry, but I just don't know. This is complete bullshit. And I think every single juror will probably feel the exact same way. But here she is with her boyfriend. Let me check on you guys before we continue with this article, though. My stomach looked like I swallowed a basketball. Yes. Exactly. And hey, Sarah, driving and listening. Hey, addicted to art and crime. I was bigger with my daughter. I was a little bigger quickly with my second. Oh, Cha Cha lost her baby boy who was born prematurely, died too. Oh, I'm so sorry, Cha Cha. Till nearly 6 months. Yeah, with the first you do show, it takes a little bit, but and it was all baby. Could not see my feet. See? Mm, it's just unbelievable. Look how she leaning backwards. Her mom had to know. You can't tell me your kid would walk around like that and you wouldn't. Amber, I looked like Mrs. Pac-Man pregnant. Oh, Smoky Blue Days, 19 weeks now. That's awesome. Yes, Patricia. I'm sorry, this is some BS. Mitchell says, her lawyer says, a toxicology report shows the baby had 0.19 nanograms of morphine in his system when he was born, and that he also tested positive for COVID-19, influenza A and B, and SARS. He maintains that Alexee, good God, that's awful. He maintains that Alexee did not know she was pregnant despite gaining weight and developing a bump that was clearly visible. Women will say to me, she gained 10 or 15 pounds, so she must have known. But she was on her period when she went to the hospital. Scientifically, 1 in 2,500 women do not know they're pregnant, especially teenagers. But a lot of these women are maybe overweight or they don't show like this. Bullshit. This is not gaining 10 or 15 pounds. Your stomach literally, just whatever. She went to McDonald's every day with her boyfriend. She thinks putting on the weight is normal. She was taking birth control and had a period. She didn't feel kicking. She didn't feel sick. Bullshit. She felt kicking. When your baby, like at first, at like 5 months, you can hardly feel the kicking. For anyone who hasn't had a baby, let me tell you. After like 5 or 6 months, that is all they do. You literally will get kicked in the ribs and it will hurt, or, kicked in your organs, or you can watch them. You can lay on your back and watch your stomach kind of shift and change shape as they move around in there. Why would she think she was pregnant? Well, I mean, she had sex and then, her stomach swelled up, but I don't know. Mitchell says staff unintentionally continued giving Alexee drugs that would harm the baby's breathing for too long. This is a quote from the court papers. On January 26th, she goes to the hospital and arrives at 12:03 a.m. By 12:05, she's admitted. 12:18, they give muscle relaxers. 12:28, they give her morphine and more pain medication that continues for 111 minutes. They give her ketorolac, which you are not meant to give pregnant women. So we can basically hear her defense already from this lawsuit. They gave her cyclobenzaprine, a muscle relaxer, acetaminophen, and morphine, which you are definitely not meant to give during labor. At 12:28, she is given morphine and blood tests. By 12:51, they knew she was pregnant. At 1:39, she enters the bathroom. They removed the IV so she could go in there. Prosecutors say Alexee knew she was pregnant but was desperate to hide it from everyone. After giving birth in the bathroom, she placed the baby in a trash can and covered him in a bin liner. The infant was discovered by a hospital cleaner who was left traumatized by what she found. Can you imagine? That would be damn traumatizing. Look at the big butt on the screen. I don't know what the hell. I think my computer knows me. Let's look at her with her cheerleading. Look at this. You cannot tell me she don't know she's pregnant. That thing moving. Really? I'm going to do that to myself. I mean, I don't know. It's obvious. She pulling her shirt down. You can't tell me when she's getting dressed in that little tiny skirt and her tummy's sticking out like that, probably belly button poking out and all. She's not like, McDonald's don't feel like something's rumble around inside of you kicking your ass in the ribs. Lord have mercy. How did she not scream during the contractions? Well, for me, I didn't scream either. I just like got so silent because it hurt so bad. I was just like, actually, you know what? Having the baby is like a relief. The contractions, God Almighty, that is horrible. I think she's lying about the period too. I do. And I cannot believe, look, Becky is standing behind your kids. But this is the thing, when your kid fucks up royally like this, you can support them, be there for them, but you don't back them up and act like they've done nothing wrong. You know what I mean? You just don't. You're not helping them. You're wrong because of that. You know, you shouldn't do that. This is what to be accountable. As she's holding her bottom. Mm. This is some bullshit, you guys. Oh my God, I've just tuned into your live. I have just found out I'm going to be a real granny. I mean, by blood, I have 8 beautiful grandkids. I love them all the same. Oh, Buttercup, that is so exciting. Congratulations. I can't wait till I get to be a grandma, man. The snuggles and cuddles and love that you get. I got to the hospital at 2:25 a.m. and my son was born at 2:51. Wow, Midwest Meemaw. Yeah, kicking you in the organs and stuff. For real. Yes, you can't always hold their hand or you're not helping them. I doubt the lawsuit was her idea. I could see that. I mean, she's quite young, so let me go back though because I want us to look at the boyfriend. I've actually never seen that. I've seen the other ones. Let's check this out. Then we'll do a quick like breeze through of what else is on, Crime Online right now, and then I'll let you guys go. Underneath that.
Hi, Rosa?
Yeah.
Okay. Is this your family?
Yes.
Okay. Hi, Detective Gonzalez, Chief of Police.
Oh shoot! Look at me. I muted it trying to turn it up. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I haven't spoken. She's
What's gonna go on? Like, what can I be with her?
she's getting life-flighted out right now.
Okay.
So they're taking her right now.
Okay.
I haven't spoken to
Corky!
her at all.
Okay. So like, what?
Yes,
what's gonna
Jimmy,
go on?
exactly.
Like, what's gonna happen with her? Like,
So she's gonna get treatment before we even talk to her because she needs to be stabilized. So
Mhm.
that's why she's getting life-flighted out.
okay.
Once she gets stabilized, we'll try and talk to her. The baby's gonna go up north for autopsy.
Mm-hmm.
More likely, it'll be done within the next day.
Is she gonna get taken after like she's released? How?
Get what?
Like, are y'all gonna take her to custody or anything?
I just can't believe that they're having the conversation with this grandmother about her grandchild and their autopsy and her mood and her like manner, her I don't know. It's. I think my mom would be just completely devastated, heartbroken, and I don't know, not like this. She'd be like, "Your little ass is in some shit." My mom wasn't like that. She did, like, she always had my back and would do anything for me. But if I was wrong, she would straight up tell me, "You are wrong." Or she would tell me at times, "Suck it up," or "This is ridiculous. Get your shit together. You're acting ridiculous." She would not back me on my bullshit behavior.
That depends on what the DA finds. We have to wait for the autopsy to come back to see what happened. We don't know. That's why he'll be going up north. Even though she's of age, if she's not available to be contacted, can we put you down as next of kin for all mine? Okay. And you'd be grandmother?
I'm mom.
So you'd be
I'm
the
her mom.
you'd be the descendant's grandmother.
Yes.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure.
So that's the
Exactly, Grumpy. It was weird. I know, Sarah. I can't believe she got off on it.
License.
I was with her. I know she talked to him for a while on the phone.
Yes, Tiff. Same here.
I was with her the rest of the time.
Today?
Mhm.
Oh, so what did she come here for that she told you?
She told me she had back pain.
That's it?
That's it.
It's quite quiet, but
Has she been having back pain before?
Yeah, she's pain for her and her hips is no. I mean, she was born with like her. I don't know. It's like crooked.
Her spine?
Okay, because my ex-husband, he hit me. He beat me whenever I was pregnant with her.
oh dear
So she was
God.
early. So she
I'm
had
gonna
some
keep my
problems with her
mouth
hips.
shut.
Like I always had to take her to the chiropractor to get adjusted because she couldn't use it. Like she was always getting constipated. Like she had to get lined up, whatever. So I mean, I've been taking her to chiropractor.
My mom was
because
always
I
in my
thought,
business.
You know, well this time, you know, I didn't know. I honestly didn't know she was pregnant. I didn't know. I just thought.
I know,
She said,
humanimal.
"I pain more. My hips are hurting me. I think I need to go to the chiropractor." I said, "Okay, let's go tomorrow." But she was like in really
Exactly,
bad pain,
Carol.
You know?
Do you guys think that she knew it was time to deliver? Like, because think about it. You're a kid at home. Let's say she knew she was pregnant. She probably was scared to death and didn't want anybody to know. And at least her mom and dad or stepdad. But do you think that she, when she's asking, because her mom says that she wanted her to wait till the next day to go to the hospital, do you believe that she knew she was going to be having this baby and that's why she wanted to go then? And she thought that she could just, put it in the trash or do whatever.
Like the pain.
Yeah.
Because it kind of appears that way,
Yesterday she said it was really bad, that her hips were hurting and her back. And then last night, we're on the phone together, she said her hips were hurting bad. And I said, asked her if anything else is hurting. And she said just everything. And she went to sleep.
But she's a cheerleader too, so she's big in cheers. They have cheer competition. She works out. I mean,
And she's been active this whole
yeah,
time?
she's been active this whole time.
And how long have you all been together?
Almost 2 years.
2 years? Okay. So, not trying to be rude, but you are more than likely would be the father? Okay. It's,
No.
Wow. Wow.
gets a little shaky when it's newborn, stuff like that. But with like death certificates, stuff like that, interpreting his sons, if you choose to use them, we'll be the ones to help you get those. Other than that, because that's all really you'd need, and they can help you with the afterlife care. Okay. Do y'all have any questions for me right now? Okay. You have my number. You can. That is my work phone. If you want to text me or call me, I have my email.
Unbelievable, you guys. Unbelievable. What in the hell? I'm sorry. I'm just, disgusting. Pissed off, disgusted. It is gross. I hope she doesn't get off like that at the girl that you named Skylar, because I remember that. And she did get off quite easy. And that is bullshit. This young lady needs to spend some time in jail, a long time in jail. Found safe. 17-year-old Tennessee boy vanishes while out riding bike. I saw this. I didn't know he was found safe. That is awesome. 7-year-old in Johnson County. 7-year-old boy dead after playing in pile of oh my God, of limestone powder. Why would he be doing that? Let's see what else is on here and then we'll continue to. Oh, wow, you guys. I hadn't seen that his friend spoke out. Chad Doerman. We've been talking about him a lot. And yesterday we did that live with Teresa. Wow. So a friend who has known Doerman from 15 years told the Messenger about his concerning demeanor, recounting an instance in which he almost got into a physical altercation over a parking spot. There was so much anger there, the friend commented. I don't know where it came from because he really seemed to have a good life. Another friend told the news outlet that Doerman was very likable, but he was also a bomb ready to explode. I need to see those interviews now. That is quite interesting. But we were just talking about, yeah. Oh, and I saw this earlier too. OakleyCarlson. Let's read that because Yeah, I want to see that. And this Arizona woman thinks she was caught on camera pouring bleach into his coffee. We will end with that, but let's look at Oakley, and then we'll look at the Arizona woman, and then we'll continue to go. New York City doctor charged with raping patients and dates, including at hospital where he worked. Charged with more than 50 counts of rape, sexual abuse, drug possession, unlawful surveillance. What in the hell? OakleyCarlson, you guys, this case is very much like Harmony's case. I've talked about it a long time ago. Actually, the video I did on it was pretty decent. I wrote down all the facts that I could find and then read through it all at the beginning before we had any discussion. But she was missing for a long time before it was ever reported. She was in a foster home at one point. Let me show you guys because I got a couple pictures in my brand still. This is her with her foster parents. She was loved there. It was great. Would have been a wonderful home for her. This is her dad. He was a police officer. This is before the drugs. This is after. Okay. And I've deleted a lot of the pictures I have on here of them. Here they are again. Sister of missing Washington girl told cops she was eaten by wolves. Let's hear what's come out now. The kids said that, she was under the steps. They had all these claims, but no one was charged. Not only that, there was a fire at the house right before she was reported missing, and they didn't call the fire department. And it was in the house, like a bad fire. So, newly disclosed court documents reveal that missing Washington girl OakleyCarlson, 5, had been confined in a secure cell beneath the staircase before she vanished in 2021. According to Fox 13, investigators interviewed her 6-year-old sister after reports that she hadn't been seen since earlier that year. The sister told investigators that after Oakley started a fire in the family's home, she was beaten and put under the mother's bed and in the woods. Oh my God. As Crime Online previously reported, Oakley was reported missing after deputies arrived at her family's home in December of 2021 to perform a welfare check at the request of the school principal. Swift said that's the principal. The first time she noticed something odd was when she brought supplies to Oakley's parents following the house fire. Jordan had let us know there was a fire, so I went out to check on them and offer support and drop off supplies. I saw all the other kids running around and playing, and I did not see Oakley. I thought it was a little odd. I asked where she was, and they told me she was in her room in timeout. 2 weeks later, she returned to the home and didn't see Oakley. Again, Oakley's sister went to Swift's home for a play date, and that's when Swift learned that Oakley had not been seen for a while. Look at this beautiful baby. On a play date with my daughter and Oakley's sister, I asked questions about Oakley, she told News Nation, and it came out over the course of those questions that Oakley wasn't living with them anymore. I can't describe the feeling I had at that moment, sitting on the couch with that little girl when she said that. Let me see if any of you guys know about this. Oh, we're still on Alexee. I love these. Thank you guys for being here and talking about all these cases with me, all the different ones. Thank you. You don't know if he's the daddy for sure. I'll keep going. Not far from where you are, Smoky Blue Days. Oh, really, Midwest Meemaw. Beautiful baby, you guys. Another innocent life gone by deadbeat parents. Yep. No, Rainbow Mom, I haven't seen her. Hey, Todd. North Carolina. North Carolina. Washington State doesn't surprise me. Well, also, we had the COVID, pandemic, which really a lot of kids that are only, found to be abused at school and stuff through COVID, they got forgotten about. Imagine being that principal and knowing that this little girl lives there and she's just not there anymore. Swift said she immediately contacted police and made a report. When police searched the home, they saw no sign of Oakley having ever been there, and both parents denied knowing what happened to her. So here's the court paperwork. I'd like to read through it, but it's quite a lot. So let's see if they summarized it. Wow. Jeez, I have to go through this, though. I'll do it in my private time, and then we'll talk about it. Or maybe we'll do a live on just this and go through the paperwork, because I want to know all the details. But let's hear what they've summarized it. So Oakley's sister also told investigators that her parents told her not to talk about Oakley, who had, quote, gone out into the woods and had been eaten by wolves, unquote, according to court documents. Another sibling confirmed to police that Oakley had been physically abused. Meanwhile, her parents remained behind bars on unrelated charges. Earlier this year, Bowers was sentenced to 20 months in jail after pleading guilty, listen to this, to withholding medication from their other daughter. They got in trouble, so when they were looking for Oakley, they didn't have anything they could keep them on regarding Oakley, so they charged them with withholding medication from their other daughter, neglecting her. He was sentenced to a year in prison. No one has been charged with her disappearance, but they are the prime suspects in the case. There is an $85,000 reward. This court paperwork, oh my God, I'm sure it's full of stuff. I'm going to read through it. If you guys want to join me, just look, you'll see me do a live OakleyCarlson new court paperwork, and that'll be just completely what the live is, all we do. Oh, wow. Crime scene photos show aftermath of OnlyFans model. The stabbing, that's at the top of the thing on Crime Online. Hold on. Okay. Let me show y'all this. Had no painkiller, but it hurt, damn it. I hear you, Hot Pink Jalapenos. Thank you, K-Braze. You guys are the reason. I'm just like, yeah, reading through these and discussing it with you guys, and you being here is what makes it good, you know, the conversation. And yeah, just thank you. Appreciate you guys. OakleyCarlson, I just can't get over that with the that she was under mom's bed and then out in the woods. That's what the kid said. Arizona woman poisons U.S. Air Force hubby with bleach in morning coffee. An Arizona woman has been charged with attempted murder of her airman husband after she was allegedly caught on camera pouring bleach into his coffee. I thought, because I saw before the live today, I went through and was reading some of these, and I saw that, caught on camera. Melody Johnson has been charged with aggravated assault. The victim hasn't been identified, but said he first had a bad taste in his coffee when he was stationed in Germany. He said he eventually tested the water in their house with pool testing strips and found no problems. But when he tested the coffee pot, it showed high levels of chlorine. In May, he installed cameras and saw her put something in the coffee pot. At that point, he stopped drinking it, but pretended to drink it. He didn't report the incident to law enforcement because he was about to be transferred back to the U.S. and didn't want to start proceedings in Germany. The airman and his wife returned to the U.S. on June 28 and were put into a hotel at an Air Force base. He reinstalled cameras and again caught his wife pouring something into the coffee pot. When he filed a report with police, they said the video was too unclear and did not follow up. What the... The man bought another camera, which was disguised as a fire alarm, attached it to the ceiling, and on July 7th, the family was moved into permanent housing, and he installed cameras again. On July 18th, he took several videos to police, including at least one that court paperwork said showed Johnson pouring bleach into the coffee maker. She was detained and immediately invoked her right to an attorney. Police said the coffee maker smelled like bleach. They found a small container of bleach in her bathroom. They had separate bedrooms and bathrooms because they were going through a divorce. She has family in the Philippines, and they feel she's a flight risk. unbelievable. And the police said the video was too damn blurry at first. What? Hey, Dave. I wouldn't drink coffee that smelled like swimming pool. Me neither. What a sleuth he was, I know. Wow, Foxfire. Mine was very freaking traumatic as well. I'll talk about it sometime. I've talked about it before. Oh, thank you, Neat Noodle. I love you guys being here and doing it with me. Seriously. I'm so sick of seeing these babies and their trash parents getting away with the awful things they choose to do. These babies deserve so much better. Let me take a second. I want to talk about a couple, like the people that have came in and out of the chat today. I love to do that. I have lots of friends that have great channels, and you know, it's hard to think and name them all, but when they come in here, I want to make sure to do that. So Amber, ATS News, she has an incredible channel. She does such good documentaries. If you have not subscribed, please go check her out. Seriously, she is one of the best. I've been watching her for years, since like I started, and yeah, it's just been really cool to build a friendship and a relationship with her. I love her. Okay, also, Crime Curious was in here. Her channel is awesome. She is writing a book on Letitia Stout and the court process surrounding that case. So definitely check her out. Punksy was in here. What mods are still here? Let me see. Can somebody please drop Humanimal again? Because I don't know if it's in the Nightbot. And I love her channel. She is beautiful and sassy and brilliant and just everything. She's great. Nay, I still have to put your channel in, but she sells wax melts. She does an incredible job. And if I'm forgetting somebody, y'all let me know, because I don't want to do that. Amber is a good storyteller. Hey, Punksy. Crime Curious does rock. She's great. Thank you, Nadie. I love you guys so much, and I really do. Thank you for helping me. Okay, so that's crazy. Crime Online has a whole section. Here, let me show you the tab. I accidentally, I guess, clicked on this on another tab, and it's crime scene photos. And you search for crime scene photos. They have Courtney Clinty, Dylan Redwine, Top Family Massacre, Kelsey Barrett, Jeffrey Dahmer, Manson family, Ted Bundy. Wow, I can't believe that. That's quite interesting. Yeah, for anybody who's interested in that. Now, here, I forgot. This is the one we're going to end with. I got to go in like 5 minutes, but I did want to talk to you guys about this. I just saw it for a second. Oh, Mallory was in here. I got to put her link. Woofy never left, just had to eat. Thank you, Woofy. Oh, you're the best. Thank you. Oh yeah, K-Braze, my second channel. I want to start doing more over there. Like, even if it's just hangouts and talking about life and what we're going through. Buttercup, I just watched earlier today your live about the horrible man who didn't want to judge on his daughter's case, then go for lunch to find out my amazing news. Now back to listening to another tragedy. It's crazy, and that's just crazy. That's just the way life is, and all the things like that happen that we don't hear about, because I'd rather know than not know. A lot of these people that don't watch shows like this, that aren't in chat rooms like this, they are completely oblivious to all the things that are happening, for the most part. So but I'm so glad about your grandbaby Buttercup. Congratulations. Thank you, Todd. They are great channels. Thank you. Yeah, Bindi, any of the other ones you guys see that you want to drop, Melissa, anybody, you guys know who, basically. But okay, let me go ahead and read this because we got to go. Prominent, she's pretty too. Prominent oncologist kills her 4-month-old daughter and herself in a murder-suicide. Now, the baby cases make me furiously angry, but when they are like this, like a murder-suicide, I think not as much, because it immediately screams there's some sort of mental health issue or some sort of I don't know. We're going to read it and see. But all my favorites too, K-Braze. Music City Mom. Musicity. Oh, yes, your channel. You've been posting community posts. Oh, thank you at Foxfire's channel. Wolfie, will you get Musicity Mom? Please, because she's been posting. Melissa is just Melissa. She's been posting like little community posts and things like that. Amber says, I'd rather be aware than not aware. Me too. But I'm telling you, like, I really noticed when my family was here and stuff recently, a lot of the cases that we talk about, they've never even heard about. They don't have a clue what's going on. The man out in Oregon, that lady just escaped from his dungeon, like all the things, you know, the serial killers and Chad Doerman, the freaking monsters, or all the unknown ones that we talk about on crime, you know, true crime news that never really get talked about. Hey, one who sees. Thank you for being a member for 2 months. Immediately thought of postpartum depression. K-Bird, I think you might be right. Let's read it. So a New York doctor, she's a prominent oncologist, and her 4-month-old daughter were reportedly fatally shot on Saturday in what is being investigated as a murder-suicide. Mount Sinai oncologist Crystal Cassetta is believed to have entered the baby's room where she shot the baby and herself. Her husband was away at the time, but her parents were in the home. Oh my God, her poor parents. A neighbor told the New York Post ambulances and police came to the home 2 or 3 times this summer. However, the nature of those visits is unclear. State troopers said whoever heard the 2 shots to be fired eventually gained entry into the locked room and discovered her and her baby, and someone inside the home called 911. We know 100% without a doubt it was a murder-suicide. Meanwhile, a spokesperson for the hospital says the Mount Sinai community is greatly saddened by the tragic loss of a Mount Sinai Health System doctor and her child. We extend our deepest sympathies to the family, friends, colleagues, and patients. Her parents were there, her poor parents, her poor patients. I mean, your doctor, when you're going through a cancer journey, this is sad all around, you guys. Surely I'm subscribed. Hey, Meep. Thank you for getting Nadie's channel, Woofy. Thank you, thank you. I've talked to people who didn't know about Xana, Ethan, Maddie, and Kaylee. That is crazy. I cannot believe that. But it's true. All right, you guys. I know Music City, Mom, but still, you've been making some community. I saw that community post. I think it was the other day. My channel is not true crime. Oh, cool, Foxfire. I love tarot. Wait, were you on Crazy Mamas? Yes, I think so. Here, Lucy, I'll get crime curious. All right, you guys, I've got to go get Trenton from football. Melissa Jade actually has a live tonight. Let me drop her link if you guys are interested. She's doing, I think, an open panel. Thank you for being here. Thank you. It's Idaho 4. But thank you for being here. Thank you for listening to me ramble and talk all the shit about all these crazy people. And I will definitely see you soon because we're going through the Oakley documents like very soon. All right. Have a good night, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Thank you to my mods. I really do appreciate you. I appreciate all you guys, and I hope you have a great night. Love you. Bye.